Welcome to another episode in Purpose Network podcast, and we have another wonderful guest with us today. I'll let her introduce herself.
Thank you. My name is Glory John, and I'm a 400 level student of Human Nutrition and Athletics, Michael Opera, University of Agriculture.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
So when we start off conversations like this, we usually start off with what you understand about purpose. So, what do you think is purpose?
Okay. I think purpose is the reason why I exist, the reason why I am doing a particular thing and all of that. That's what I think purpose to
Hi there. I have spent over 8 years trying to look at the word purpose, what it means, and how we can apply it in our everyday life. I'm looking forward to build a community of people who wants to discover their purpose as well as maximize it. If you are interested in growth, direction, clarity, as much as purpose, then this channel is for you. Subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll be the first person to get a notification whenever we upload videos on our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Purpose is actually the reason behind our existence. That's what you're trying to say.
do. Yeah.
So, do you believe there's a reason behind your existence?
Of course.
Have you found that out?
I'll say yes, but we're still working towards getting better in our purpose finding. If I'm to say.
Actually, one of the things that Purpose Network actually do is that we provide clarity. We help people to fine tune what they already have in mind about their purpose. So, with our teachings and maybe through the podcast as well, we have this goal to help people gain clarity about their purpose. You get so maybe that's why you are here as well. But let's start with the little now that you know. Can you describe it about your purpose?
Okay. Um, Growing up, I wanted to, be a nurse. I wanted to help people, make them feel safe when they are sick, be around them, make sure they get treated, and make sure they are comfortable, they are fine. So I wanted to be a nurse, but I wrote jam and jam me. So I wrote jam, and then the school I wanted to apply to was Unilore. I think I can't remember. But the first jam I wrote, I got 2 to 7. Then the second one I got 236. But this jam kept on jamming me, and I was like, if it's not nursing, I'm going nowhere. So later on, I had a friend who was like, okay, why not go for human nutrition and dietetics,
Mm.
whereby you use food to treat you use food to treat people who are sick, like talking about diabetics, can use food to treat them and they get better and the rest and the rest. I was like, is that nursing? Because I know what I want to achieve in that nursing. But along the line, I had to just go for human nutrition and dietetics because I can still work in the hospital
Yeah.
whereby I take care of people. Yeah. So I had to just go for human nutrition and dietetics. Like I introduced myself earlier, I'm a 400 level student. Let me just put it this way: I'm a final year student of human nutrition and dietetics. So it looks like I think I'm working towards my purpose,
Mm.
which is to make sure people are fine, take care of sick persons and the rest and the rest. So,
Mm. Take care of sick persons.
yeah.
What problem do you think this purpose now will be solving in the society?
I'll definitely be taking, like I said, make sure people get better.
But there are nurses already now.
That is why I want to be part of them. I want to join those nurses. See, okay, let me not say this, but then I want to join these nurses to see that people get better. And it doesn't have to be that I go to the hospital, to make sure I take care of persons there. Around me, I don't need to wait for when people are sick before I take care of them. As part of my profession of being a nurse,
Yeah.
I have to find a way of making sure people around me are fine, are healthy, are comfortable, and happy.
Having to be a nurse, like you just mentioned now, is still more broad. You know, have you been able to streamline it to a particular thing that separates you from other nurses? Like let's say for I don't know if nurses establish their own firm. I don't know if that's possible or they have to work in the hospital.
I don't think if they establish their own firm. I've not heard.
Okay.
But I discovered that most doctors they do have their own firm.
Yes.
But for nurses, I have not heard anywhere
Okay.
yet. So
We are looking for what distinguishes you from other nurses. What makes your services special?
to
Why
be,
should I actually leave this nurse and come to you?
to be honest with you, I
Yeah.
don't know if you've ever visited FMC maybe to see somebody. I'm
Um,
sorry to say, I know I'm on camera, but there are some nurses you will meet and that sickness that you brought there will even become worse. I'm telling you the gospel truth. They are so rude. They are so harsh. They won't even pay good attention. I love telling stories. A few months back, I went to the hospital with my grandpa.
yeah.
We went to FMC. I have a cousin sister who her issue is kind of complicated. And while we were waiting for the doctor to attend to us, we heard a nurse. The way she was speaking rudely to a patient who needed assistance and was so confused of what to happen. My grandpa looked at me, I looked at him because this is not the first time I'm seeing this kind of thing. I go to FMC for my clinicals. So we see them. And even the time my friend was admitted in the hospital where I had to stay overnight. It's crazy.
So this is more of a burden to you.
It is.
So do you think it is by teaching or by practicing that you will bring a correction to this
I think it's by practicing.
practicing?
Yes.
What about holding seminars for nurses and all this stuff and then bring corrections and all this?
How are you sure they've not had seminars for them? It looks like some of them are so pained. Or they were forced. Sorry to say, I know of someone who told me that her uncle said he was not going to pay her school fees or something because she didn't do nursing. There are so many persons who have been forced into studying nursing. If you don't know, let me tell you now. So most of them are going into nursing because my father said I should be a nurse. My mother said I should be. It's not like it's my passion. There's so many persons like that.
Honestly, I could relate to what you're saying. I know, let me not say I know a family, but there's a family I heard of that they were all lawyers. And then the last one wanted to, should I say, rebel. But then the father said, no, this is what is in this family, this is what you end up becoming. And the influence of parents in deciding the future of a child, when it's a good thing, but then when they've not downloaded the blueprint of that child, and then they are saying by the trends of what is happening in the society, this is what my child. I could remember vividly we were in the car that day, and my parents were asking us, "Oh, you become an engineer. You will do this. You will do that. You will do that." And here we are today. We are doing podcast.
But it's not bad now. It's just something.
No, yeah, of
Yes.
course, of course, of course. But what I'm saying is that parents should, before they decide the destiny of a child, because I think majorly it's from them. It
Yes.
starts with them. So,
Yeah.
well, before they discern or before they start placing rules on the destiny of a child, they should have downloaded the blueprint of that child. Note how that child. Do you feel nursing was something that started from the birth, from childhood?
No. After I wrote jam and jam refused to attend to my need, I had to travel to Lagos and I stayed with one of my aunts and she was working in a private hospital. So instead of me staying idle at home, she was like, I should come to where she works. Even if it meant being a cleaner, So I started as a cleaner in a private hospital in VI. So from there, and I saw my aunt. My auntie was very, very cool. I forgot the best thing. Like the way she attended to patients, but on the other hand, we had this nurse that she was a very big problem. So I didn't like that. But then my auntie was like a role model to me. And when I told her I wanted to be a nurse, she agreed. She agreed, but then, like I said, jam had to jam, as it comes to
So,
malnutrition.
but my question is it a childhood something? Apart from just wanting to be, write it in jam and all this
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
was it something that was from childhood? Was it something you desired to be from childhood?
Hmm.
So, what was it like in during your childhood?
I wanted to, growing up, you'd be like, want to be a doctor, want to be a lawyer, you want to be a
Yeah, yeah.
So, I wanted to, um, I was very good at technical drawing. So, I wanted to be, what do you call this stuff?
Architect.
I was very good at technical drawing. I was very good at it. So,
So, where did this passion come from? Wanting to care for people and make sure that people are fine.
as time went on, I had to, I don't know if I said it here, I grew up with my grandparents.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
So it was when I went to Lagos, I think the whole nursing thing started increasing. Yes, yes. Let me correct that. When I went to Lagos, the whole nursing thing was
So it actually started with your grandparents,
yes.
taking care of them. Okay, these are beautiful, beautiful, stories and experience you just shared. What's the bigger picture then in this nursing career?
Is there any bigger picture?
Like, where would you get to in life with this career and you feel you've achieved something? What's that aim? There should be something you're looking at.
Hmm. You sound like my career is already nursing. And no,
Oh,
it's, please, I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand, but eh,
you started with, you want to make sure people are fine,
yeah,
and then the way you want to do that is to go through nursing.
yes. The way I wanted to was to go through
You
nursing.
wanted to.
Yes.
So,
Now
okay.
I'm studying human nutrition and dietetics.
So, but then you said you can work in the hospital.
Yes.
Okay, so
My course, under my course.
do you think you are now shifting from the course
No,
of nursing?
no.
You think you still get back to nursing?
Okay. No. I don't think I can get back to nursing. But I think I can still find myself in the hospital environment.
Mm.
Like I said, my course, we have we have clinical nutrition whereby you have to work in the hospital, you tell patients the right food to eat in that situation. So I can still see myself in the hospital, but then not like I'm going to be doing nursing. I don't know if you get.
Yeah, I guess your point.
I hope I'm not getting confused.
No, not at all. But I'm thinking that does this would becoming a nutritionist, right? Would it stop or hinder the purpose? Would it be a platform to express your purpose to the fullest?
Yes.
Are you sure you've looked at it very well? And
Yes.
because from our discussion, you express burden on nursing. You don't like the way they behave and all this
Hmm.
stuff.
There's nothing I can do about that. You know, right?
Sis,
Oh my god. There's nothing. Because I'm sorry to say, a large number of persons, of nurses, are actually like that. Sounds
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right. So now, if we're talking about nutritionists now, what's the bigger picture like?
Hmm.
When I say the bigger picture, let's say probably where would you get to in life you feel that you've achieved a major aspect of what God wants you to achieve here?
Okay. What if I say I've not really given that a deep thought?
Mm.
I have not given
Okay.
it a deep thought.
Okay. So when you go back, you should think about it. It's very important. And then we also noted that you said that you're not really taking actions yet about this. So what's that thing that's hindering
I think, like you said, the reason why I'm here is to gain more clarity.
you? Yes.
So I hope at the end of the day I should get more clarity on, you know, stuff like this.
Yeah, the reason why we're asking these questions is to help you start thinking about certain things about your life. So now that I'm asking, if there's something hindering you, is there something you feel like is making you not to act on your purpose?
No, I don't think there's anything.
Have you thought about what would happen to people when you are not expressing your purpose?
No,
You've not thought about
no.
it. Okay, let's give ourselves some time now.
I know that there are so many persons who are looking up to me.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely we are not. We are going to definitely make sure that we aim higher and better. So that's just the whole thing.
When I asked the question, what will happen to people when you're not expressing your purpose? I mean, think of the scriptures. Think about Jesus. Think about David. Think about Daniel. The scriptures. Imagine these people had not fulfilled what God wanted them to do. Imagine what would have happened to a certain generation. Do you think or do you know that your life is what a generation? Do you know that? Eh? Yeah, from the Bible we can see that. So what you are doing today would eventually affect a generation. Both those you know, both those you don't know. Okay? So when I ask the question is for you to now have this reflection and then ask yourself, if I'm not doing what God is expecting me to do at this point, make people feel well, make people feel good, maybe through nutrition and the rest of them, could it be that some people are already perishing because I'm not doing something about what God asked me to do? Maybe, So most of us don't actually think of this, you know. And imagine, let's say for an example, now let's say Purpose Network for an example. Imagine Purpose Network is not having something like this now. Okay, so uh, recently, if I walk on the streets, they now be calling me Purpose. I don't know. I don't know that. But I think one of the things that God is helping us to do here in this platform is to create that awareness of purpose in the heart of people. So maybe when we just pass by and somebody's asking purpose, I feel happy, I feel relaxed, I feel satisfied because even without saying anything to that person is already having the consciousness of purpose. You get so. Imagine if such a thing was not happening. Majority of people, in fact, I asked a lady, I remember in exam prayers one day, and I asked her, have you discovered your purpose? She said, what is purpose? That she has not heard of the word purpose. But that's what she said to me, honestly. That was what she said. So I want you to know that expressing our purpose is of paramount, is something very crucial, something that we must do. We talked about entrepreneurship potentials, we talked about leadership, we talked about communication. Do you see all these things adding up when you talk about your purpose?
Yes,
So what would you be doing with them?
teaching other persons and basically
Teaching them.
categorizing it too.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. So you'll be teaching people what exactly?
What they need to know about nutrition, how to eat healthy, physical nutrition.
Have you started creating a platform for that?
I have not, but I have plans written down. It
Yeah.
just I have this very big challenge of, should I say, expressing myself.
Okay.
So I have written it down. I've mapped out plans, but it's just you know how to reach out to few persons. I already have my location. I already
Wow.
know. Yes, I already know what I want to do. But then I need to try to open up to a few persons who I know that truly, truly need their assistance in this thing that I want to do concerning nutrition. Yes, because okay, where I stay, my grandparents just located to the beach, and my grandpa is very stubborn. He eats anything he feels like eating. And as a nutritionist, I have told him times by number, this is what you're supposed to eat. This is what you're not supposed to. But he doesn't listen. So I feel like if I should just, gather the elderly ones around my side, around where we stay, and then call few persons. Some of my classmates already, they are doing very well when it comes to nutrition. Call one or two lecturers that will help me, talk to them, check their blood pressure, stuff like that is something. But like I said, I have this fear of expressing myself to, persons. This thing I just said now is just you. It is only you this is the only place where I've said it. I've not said anywhere, but then I've been in my mind to do something like this to just, lecture people on the right food to eat. But the problem now is with the way Nigeria is, will they be able to listen? When you say eat beans, don't eat rice. Will they listen? Knowing that most families they consume rice like 7 times in a week. It's a whole lot.
Mm. But what if they actually listen to you? Have you thought about that?
I know they will,
So,
but that's the challenge. I don't know, like going up to them, and also that I need finance when it comes to this stuff. Can I
exactly.
just wake up one morning and just decide it needs finance? But I know they will listen. I know that there are people who will be willing to support this thing because it's going to go a long way, whereby you have the elderly ones coming to check their blood pressure, they are coming to check their sugar level, they are coming to check their BMI, their weights, their heights.
Mm.
They are coming to check if they are underweight, they are obese, and the rest. So it's definitely going to go a long way. But let's see how it goes.
Actually, you know, every purpose is unique and very important. And obviously, yours is as very important as it is. And honestly, it's something we should look into, honestly, or you should look into and, you know, give it thought. Many of the people that died or are dying today are not necessarily the attacks of the devil. It's just due to mismanagement of food and the rest. In fact, I was talking to somebody not quite long, and we were discussing in these terms of purpose, and she was like, she was giving to food. She wants to talk about food. She wants to. And when we came to the conclusion, she laughed about it. That it was funny, anyways. But food is very important. And since you mentioned entrepreneurship here, I wouldn't know the business, the nature of the business, but food business is is should I use the word phenomenal? Is a business that people you can't imagine the people selling food even in this school are making. You can't imagine how much they are making. They may dress the way they are dressing,
Yeah.
but they are training their children in universities with that thing they are
Yes.
doing. So food is a very key business, and mixed up with their leadership and communication. I think where you really need to work more on is now communication. That's where you really need to work more on. So I'm going to ask you this last question and then type them from here. So if there's one thing you need to do right now that would guarantee your expression of what God has put in you, what would that thing be? If there's a particular thing you need to do, you feel that this thing, if I just do it, I'm off.
Hosting a seminar on nutrition.
Wow.
I really, really want to do that. My course has changed so many things about how I feel, even though it has not been easy. Okay. I'm talking about carbonated drinks. I had to stop taking carbonated drinks, and
Mm.
before I can just give me any bottle, I'll drink it with Jesus joy. But what the it's not healthy. And most times I try to tell my roommates, I try to tell my friends, I know that drinking carbonated drink makes you look like a big man. You
Yeah.
know, where like, but it's not healthy. Even if okay, if you are to take no, not if you are to take. Shall leave it. You have zobo, you have smoothies. You can blend your pineapple, your watermelon. Blend these fruits and enjoy yourself. It's not every time you just carry like 3 bottles of Pepsi and you're drinking. In your mind now you have arrived. You have not arrived. Oh. You're killing yourself.
All right. Thank you for this wonderful advice that you've given to us as well. And I want to plead with you that you should go ahead with organizing the seminar. Honestly, go ahead with organizing the seminar. At the best, what would happen at best? Should be one or two persons to attend. And you don't need majority to actually go up. One person is enough to push you to where you need to get to. So I will encourage you to do so. And I want to appreciate you for coming today. Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful time hearing you speak and telling us about nutrition. I think we've learned some things. I think maybe we should bring you back to talk about nutrition. Maybe we'll mix it up with purpose. What do you say?
That would be nice.
Okay.
That would
Okay.
be nice. Thank you.
You've heard that. So we should be having another episode with Miss Glory on nutrition and how it can affect your purpose in life. So thank you very much. Thank you so